Hey guys, I'm FatBuddyCat, and this is Microbikology. And what I have for you tonight is the new FBC SBD mini bike muffler. And that stands for Silent But Direct. Let me explain what's going on. In this new muffler, we now have an internal baffle. Our baffle is made out of a perforated pipe. That perforated pipe is smaller than our 1 5/16 inlet. Since our baffle is smaller and also not touching the back where the inlet is, it allows exhaust gases to not only pass directly through, but to recycle off. They'll bounce off the front of the canister, okay? And then it's going to have to find the path of least resistance. Now, we have exhaust gases coming in this direction, all right? So the natural tendency is not going to be a return path. It's going to be directly routed back into our perforations. At that point, our direct flow is going to pass that gas, no pun intended, out of our outlet, where it's going to be diffused. What this should do, this should provide a little bit of back pressure, but a whole lot of performance. And cut down on the sound quite a bit. Alright guys, I'm just going to give you the making of and a couple test runs. We're going to let the bike do the talking. I'll see you guys in the comment section. This is going to be fun. Pay attention to the idle, the acceleration, and maybe a different top speed. Let's go, guys. Alright, I don't really watch TV or relax and do those things. Instead, I get crazy ideas and I run with them. I don't want to use this 1 5/16 RLV, and I don't want to use this old beat up twist on I have. I want to use both of them at the same time. That means we're going to have to cut stuff up. Come on, Herc. Let's see what's happening. Last time I modified one of these RLVs, it was a Mini 91, and I used a hole saw to cut out the spark arrestor. Well, on this one, I don't want this lip. Well, I better not get any lip, because we're going to take a 4.5 inch angle grinder and cut this off right about there. Okay, it appears this one actually has 3 of the cheese graters in it, so we'll put that aside for now. This looks like it would come in 2 pieces. I'm almost certain, I'm positive. So I'm going to try to just cut some little reliefs in this and see if I can't pry these apart. I'm mainly interested in this one. I started reefing on this thing once I cut my 2 reliefs, and I got a peek inside, and I'm actually going to get more than I bargained for out of this, but I've got to be methodical. I'm going to make a cut back here where my thumb is somewhere, and I'll show you why after. I'm just going to lop that son of a gun right off. I'll start with just the exterior if I can, but I'm pretty sure I got to cut through this too. Or, yeah, that's coming off anyway. Okay, I cut a square around the end. That way we could relieve this piece. Guys, I'm not kidding. I really am excited over stuff like this. So, let's see what we get. Look at that. A little perforated pipe action. I bet we can use this. Let's take another look at this outside the vise. Alright, if we look at our two mufflers side by side, this one is an open element, okay, and it's basically a spark arrestor. This one has some sort of a silencer in it, and then it has something sort of restricting it. I think I kind of like this, but not this. So I'm going to cut this off anyway, right here. I'm going to get the two pieces out of this one, and I'm going to see what I can't figure out, or what's going on inside here. I want to see right through it. I stand completely corrected. The RLV has like numerous layers you wouldn't even think about. It has these spacer, they're really light. They're like internal spacers that go between these spark arresting baffles, I suppose. So you can either bash them out or you can attempt to cut them out. I attempted to cut them and I almost broke my wrist because the teeth on the hole saw caught. Here you can see right here, see where it's chewed up on the edge. It caught the face of that spacer and wham bam blah jam I went. So body mechanics, safety equipment, and a warning. Alright, that should be all it needs to get you through this. Now that I have this hollow RLV and I have this nice baffle section, I'd like to combine the two, but I want to drill out whatever's in here first. It appears to be some sort of a round disc with a little bit of relief cut on like 3 or 4 sides of it. Yeah, looks like back pressure to me. Okay, the first thing I have to determine is if I can weld this to this. I can't really make something that's going to go on the inside and surround this and allow air to pass through and still be able to weld it. It'll melt. So I'm going to see if I can't build this lip up. If I have to, I might have to cut a spacer out of another piece of metal and beef that up and melt it to it, but I don't know. Let me see what happens. I'll just throw some 7018 maybe. Alright, I ended up running some 6013. Alright, and what I'm doing is a wraparound, and then I did a build up. So I just let the slag heat up and roll on top of itself. So that'll be fine once we get it all cleaned up, nice and strong. Also, since I'm skipping that bridge section, I was able to go ahead and get some tacks as far in as I could, so that'll help. For added strength, I'm going to be sleeving this section in with one of those spacers that I saved from the inside of the RLV. I don't want this thing to be real heavy. We're going to go for a regular mount and keep it simple. So with my sleeve half on and still trying to keep our baffle at full length, I can pretty much mimic the RLV if I cut it about 1/4 inch next to this great stuff right here. Once I cut it, I know I use this for my straight line, then I'm just gonna zip that off and move forward. Okay, I have my RLV on the left cut to length. Here's my welded up twist on. I have the sleeve in, and I'm not going to tack weld it. I'm going to weld these both together. Meaning I'm going to slip this into this one and then weld the two pieces so that my penetration goes through and maybe it grabs onto that ring on the inside. Here it is pressed together before I weld it. Okay, all welded up, 60-13, double wraparound. Alright, cleaned up, good enough. We might paint this later. I want to see what it sounds like. Alright, I have a 1 5/16" staged side exit header. I'm going to make this as simple as possible. We're going to run it without it. I'll put that little GPS thing on, and then we'll run it with it. Short and sweet. Alright, first up, this is going to be straight header. Alright, a 10mm wrench, and about 10 seconds later, we're back in business. a little bit smoother. Wow. Oh, there's the Flintstone. Because as always, it's a work in progress. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for watching. Now catch you on the next one.